Good morning. Nice to see you again. It's Josh here at the dockyard, going live, CFB Halifax. I'm a fitness sports instructor, and this is your 9 a.m. local time full body strength class. Now, maybe like myself, some of you have some sort of nagging issues. I'm going to physio twice a week for my back right now, so strength is going to mean a couple different things for me providing this today. So for example, we're only as strong as our weak links. So today's theme is going to encompass strengthening up the glutes, for example. So we don't see glute bridge as a strength exercise, but if it's fixing a weak link, then it's going to make us stronger, and I'm using it in that sense. Also, when it comes to strength, we're also talking about high intensity, and there's different ways to achieve the overload principle. So we can do that with extra weights or extra reps. So another example of what we're doing here today is increased reps when it comes to squatting, increased reps when it comes to sit-ups, and we're going to have a balanced upper body going on here today. So let's just go ahead and go through the exercises. So for push-ups, I'm going to have, I forgot to mention, make sure you have your water nearby, cue up your music, and we're going to need a little bit of equipment. So some sort of a bench for the rowing aspect, as well as I have a reasonable weight right here, medicine ball for front rack position, high rep squats. We have a mat for some sit-ups and push-ups. Okay, so grab that stuff while I read your disclaimer, and then I'll give you your demos, followed by a warm-up. And we'll do 3 rounds through the body of the exercises, and we'll endeavor to do a full body stretch. Okay, so in response to COVID-19, PSP is offering virtual fitness to CAF members. By using social media platforms, the virtual fitness classes tailored to CAF personnel become accessible to all. Participants who are not Canadian Armed Forces members recognize and acknowledge that their age, health status, and physical fitness level are unknown, and it is entirely up to each individual to assess their ability to participate in this class. Since it is preferable to consult your physician before beginning any exercise program, we invite all participants who are not CAF members to consult the Get Active Questionnaire of the Canadian Society of Exercise Physiology and its reference document. If you experience any pain or difficulty during the exercises presented in this video, it is recommended that you stop and consult a healthcare provider. If CAF members sustained an injury during the video, please remember to fill out a CF98. Okay, so nothing too crazy. Again, we're going to have some consistency and a couple of things varying from what we normally do. So push-ups and rows, that's consistent. We've done bridges before. We're just going to maybe add a couple reps. Squats, higher reps, and a little bit more weight. Sit-ups, higher reps, and we don't do them all the time. So again, going through, so for push-ups, what we can do for push-ups is we can have the hands under the shoulders, ankles crossed. Okay, we're going to inhale as we come down, slight tuck of the chin, and then exhale, come back up. So it can all be from the knee. You could make it a little harder on the way down, really get more out of the negative. So breathing in from the toe, coming to the knee, exhale from the knee. So that is valid. Or everything from the toe. Or we can, as we breathe in, bring one knee to one elbow. Just got to make sure we keep those elbows in when we do that, and that we have the stability. Oftentimes, and I need to address this, the instructors will outline, let's say, 3 different options, right? While the easiest option might be okay for somebody, they'll do the hardest option because A, maybe everyone else is doing it, or B, they think that, that they're shortchanging themselves if they choose the easier modification. And that's not so. It's just what's appropriate for you right now, and it might not be the same option as it will be a couple days from now. Because we have various micro traumas and things like that going on with our activity levels, or we might have a minor injury. So just be honest. It's not, when we give you options, it's not let's do the hardest one. It's do your best to find the most appropriate one. So that it's like bacon, right? You need the exact amount of baking soda and that kind of stuff to have the perfect result when your baked good comes out of the oven. So that's what we're looking at. That's push-ups, rows. Again, I'm doing a lot of rows because it's a great balance for the push-ups. I love the exercise, and it's good for your back, biceps, rear shoulder, core, your obliques, all this. And mainly because not everyone has a chin-up bar or a seated row pulley system at home, okay? So in a bent position, neutral spine, like so. I'm gonna grab the weight, breathe in, keeping the elbow in tight. It's really important to keep that spine neutral and to avoid twisting, okay? I'm acutely aware of that basically with an L5 flare-up. It's kind of like inflamed. There's inflammation, right? And pretty sore. But I was told that I don't have to stop doing stuff, just keep it nice and tight. Work around it and be careful with loaded flexion. So when I do squats and that, instead of getting into a deadlift, I'm just going to make sure everything is nice and straight for now. Physio twice a week, light walks, jogs, try to get in the pool. Okay, bridge. Okay, so for a hip bridge, we're going to be here, lying on our back, knees at 90, palms down on the sides of our body. Okay, we're going to go unilateral here. A lot of times what we'll do is we'll get into both at the same time. Okay, that's all right, but in this full body strength theme, we're going to go to a single side, which pretty much doubles the force required. And now all of a sudden we're using our obliques to avoid rotation. So it brings the intensity up in line with our theme of strength. So we want to keep that leg straight out, breathe in, just like here. And we're going to go 5 to 7 reps on the one side before switching, okay? And again, that's the target. A common weak link in the posterior chain, the gluteus maximus, which has the potential to be the biggest, strongest muscle in the full human body. Okay, so let's get those glutes in gear, and then what that also does is it kind of acts as a primer. Okay, so we got those glutes firing properly, we got them warm, there's blood in them, and then we're going to go to a submaximal second leg movement, in this case a med ball squat. We're going to grab, in this case, this is fairly reasonable weight for me, and following that glute exercise, we're going to push those glutes a little further with this one. Okay, so breathing in, we're just going to keep that spine nice and straight, core really tight. I'm really acutely aware of keeping that spine nice and stable as we work those legs and glutes. Okay, so the key with that is that we have the glute exercise first, then this, and the reps for this is 15 to 20. We're going to commit to 3 rounds, so that's quite a few reps. Okay, so we're hitting the overload in a cumulative manner, okay, with staggered or with various submaximal exercises, i.e. not one taxes you, but they all will over time. Sit-ups. So I know not everyone has a bar like so, right? What we're going to do is we're going to fire these reps straight down the pipe. So instead of working on the obliques, we're just going to stay straight and stable. One way to get rid of some of your back pain is to increase your rectus abdominis strength. And we're going to do that nice and carefully. If you don't have a couch or something to put your feet under, the bed or whatever, I don't know what your situation is, then just go ahead and get into a floor crunch. way. We're adding stability through the core, and it'll help the spine. And we're going to do those 5 exercises 3 times. Let's get into a warm-up. So right on the toes like this. And after we get warmed up, we'll have a couple sips of water. Knock off round 1 and you'll get the idea. So just like a nice light jog, barely coming off the ground. Just getting those ankles warm. The blood's bathing the organs at rest, so we're getting it out of the torso and into our extremities, where it can lubricate our joints and fill the muscle bodies and prepare for action. Okay, a light side-to-side hop. Okay, back to center. And now lifting the knees a little bit. So this is like your light jog. Right? If you had a little bit of space, you could be jogging, right? But we're just in here. Some karate dojos are about this size, right? Okay, on the toes, getting the heels back. Okay, settling it back. Let's do a few jumping jacks. Okay, shake it out. Get yourself set up in a squat position. Breathing in, tight core, spine vertical. Exhale, stand up. Just explore how your hips and your back, your legs feel. Inhale, going down. Exhale, standing up. Always breathe when it's hard, right? So breathe on the exerting portion of the movement. Few more. Just wanted to make sure that wasn't an error message. Your audio's not working or something. Last 2. Great. Feet straight ahead, thumbs back, arm circles forward direction. And other way. Okay, open up the chest and lightly touch the scapula. Hands down by your sides and then up. Hands on the hips, feet shoulder width apart, tight core, neutral spine. We're just going to explore the hips and hamstrings again, like so. I know it's tight, so we're just kind of loosening it up a bit. Other way. Kind of making a moderate hula hoop action. Okay, that's pretty good. A little bit more with the hips. Okay, we're going to step over that little gate and then back the other way. Let's go 3 times. And set up for the other side. Same idea, step it over and step back. Just a big deliberate arc through that hip. Okay, we do want to do just a little bit of rotation. Let's get into a high plank. Okay, we're going to take a big step outside one of the hands, knee stays off the ground, hip stays square. Hand by your front foot, tighten the core, breathe in. Exhale as we rotate a bit. Back in, kick out into your high plank, trade feet, breathe in. Same thing other side, the hand by the foot comes up, rotating mildly, just to warm that spine up. Okay, now instead of doing that again, let's go ahead and get into tabletop. We'll do a little bit of cat-cow to really limber that spine. I'm doing this for me, but it's also going to pay off for you, okay? So breathe in, look up, hips up. Exhale, round the back, push the shoulders forward. Tight core. And inhale. Exhale, tuck the chin, push the shoulders forward, squeeze the core. A few more like that. Good. Let's come out of that. So we got a general warm up in, some different, some joint by joint stuff, different angles, rotation, and so we're feeling pretty good and safe to go into round one. Just gonna grab a sip of water. I suggest you do the same, and let's get through round one and enjoy it actually. Instead of trying to rush through, let's enjoy every rep. Weekend's over, right? Monday. And if we wished away Monday through Friday morning, then what do we got left? Okay, excellent. Let's do it. Push-ups 10 to 12. I'm just going to stay straight down the pipe. I don't want any extra spine movement here for myself today. But get yourself set up how it's going to feel good. 10 to 12 reps. Ready, set, go. Breathe in. Exhale, come on up. Nice and smooth. Be gentle to your joints. 3. 6. 2 for 12. Good. Again, you can stop when you're losing your form. You can switch to the knee, and so on. Okay, you control how you engage that interval. Onto the row, starting with your weak side, if you can. Ready, set, go. 10 to 12. Nice and stable through the spine, hip square. 5. 2. Good. Carefully onto the other side. A couple of recovery breaths as you get set up. Ready, set, go. 2. Same thing, nice and square, good stability. Last 2. Time. Okay, we're going to go down to the mat there for the glute bridge. We're going to do it one side, then the other. Or the way to modify this to make it a bit easier, just use both feet planted on the ground at all times, going for the total 10 to 14. We're going 5 to 7 per side. Okay, set up one of your sides. Ready, set, go. Core's in and tight, hips square. 3. 5, perhaps 2 more. Last one. Good. Replace the feet position. Ready, set, go. Last one. And out. Nice and careful getting up. Couple little breaths and we'll get settled in the front rack position with your weight for a squat. 15 to 20 reps. Here we go. It's just that and sit-ups, and we'll take a little break with water. Careful getting your weight position. Nice tight core, vertical spine. Feet just outside the hips, possibly out-turned a little bit. Ready, tight core, chin up, breathe in. On the way down, exhale up. 1 of 15 to 20. Just slow it down, really good stability. Part of strength is having a solid core. So we're looking at that aspect of strength today as well. 6. 8. 10, halfway. 16. 2. 20. Okay, great. So how's feeling that in the core? Obviously through the hips and glutes. That's what we want. We're cranking it up and reaching failure. Okay, hitting sit-ups as the last one here in this round. We'll use the whole hour here today. Going right to 10 o'clock. Okay, so either for a sit-up or a floor crunch, either way, hands are on the side of the head. Aiming for 12 to 15 reps. Again, a little bit higher. Ready, set, go. Straight up. Good control and nice stability. 2. 5. 8. 11. 12. You might be done, or possibly 3 more here. 13. 14, last one. Time. Good. Shake it out. Take a couple minutes, grab some water. Yeah, I'm sure we can arrange a sandbag workout. And a bunch of people are watching, that's sweet. Grab water, get ready for round 2. One thing you can do too instead of a sandbag is you can grab a med ball that's around the same weight. So our sandbags are 20 kilograms or 45 pounds. So you can grab a 45-pound med ball and do pretty much everything the same. Although there is a certain shape and awkwardness to a sandbag that you can just specifically use a bag and do stuff as well. So we'll look into that. Okay, another 30 seconds perhaps, and we'll knock right back into push-ups. Monday, getting the blood flowing. It's certainly better than zero effort. Who has a clean house? I got a new toilet seat over the weekend. My roommate cleaned the bathroom. We did a dinner party. The dishes are done. Bedroom's clean. Laundry's folded, put away. So we just got to stay organized. Keep doing this kind of stuff. Do what you can. All right, let's do it. Push-ups, 10 to 12. And maybe I could do more, right? But I'm looking at the population, trying to motivate a specific population. Let's get set. Ready, set, go. 10 to 12. 3. 5. 7. 9. Last 2. Good. Couple recovered breaths. Heading into our rows, hitting the back of the upper body. And bracing that core, prevent rotation, working those obliques. Stabilizers are everywhere. We don't know exactly which ones are firing, but there's a lot of them. Ready, set, go. Nice and square and stable. 1. 4. 7. 2. Good. Off to the other side. Ready, set, go. 5. 8. 10. Last 2. Good. Rest your way over to the mat. 5 to 7 glute bridges per side. Getting there. Blood's flowing, keeping that spine fresh. Set it up. Ready, set, breathe in, go. 2. 3. 5. Last 2. Good, switch it. Ready, set, breathe in. Go. 1. Last 2. 1 more. Good, shake it out. Same thing, just feel it out. Make sure your hips are in a good position on these squats. Going for higher reps, so slow it down. Make sure it's all feeling good. Couple more breaths. Okay, safely get the load in position. Ready, set, breathe in, come down. Exhale up. 1. 5. It's all about 20. 15, 20. 6. 13. 15, maybe we got 5 left. 16. 2. 1 more. Great. 12 to 15 sit-ups and we'll rest. Okay, we got it. Easy on paper. Okay, hands on the side of the head. Ready, set, breathe in. Go. 1. 2. 4. 7. 9. 3, that's 12. 13, last 2. Good, rest. Grab more water, and we just gotta stay in maintenance mode. Let's knock that off one more time, and that's what we set ourselves up for. Supporting the rest in between your sets because we build up most of our strength and endurance back if we just wait a minute or two. Okay, a few more recovery breaths. We do have just one round to go. It's not going to kill us, but it is going to condition us nicely. And with that warm up, getting the body moving, and we'll stretch it all out. It's one hell of a start for a Monday. Here we go. Let's set it up. Push up position. Ready, set, breathe in, come down. Exhale up. 1. all the way up, all the way down. 5. 7. 9. 10. Last 2. One more. 12. Good. Over to the row. Catching our breath. We're into round 3. That's all I'm asking for. If your body's a little banged up, book your physio. Book a massage. Do some water running. Do some therapeutic time in a swimming pool or in the lake with a wetsuit. Don't do nothing, right? Let's address stuff before it gets bad. Here we go. Ready, set, go. 2. 3. 7. 10, last 2. Good. Other side. Ready, set, go. Seven. 9. Last 2. One more. Good. Priming the glutes with the bridge. One side first. Or both at the same time if you're stepping it back, which is fine. Ready, set, breathe in, go. Three. 5. 2 more. 7. Switch it up, other side. Ready, set, breathe in, go. Five. Last 2. One more. Good, come out. Feeling a little tired, but nice and warm. Feeling like the muscles are getting it, right? So that's the idea. 15 to 20 squats here in the front rack position. Catch your breath. Okay, get set, safe lift to get started. Ready. Set, breathe in, come down. Up. 1. 2. 5. 7. 10, halfway. 13. 15. 18, last two. Great. Recover for sit-ups. Hands up if you got at least 8 hours of sleep last night. Awesome. Makes a huge difference. Get that quality sleep nice and early when you wake up early. Set up for sit-ups, last exercise, last round. Couple more breaths here. Okay, so we're asking for 12 to 15. Let's see if we can bump that up to 15 or 20. Okay, last thing of the day before we stretch it out. Ready? And feel free to do what you can as always. Ready, set, breathe in. Exhale, go. Ten. Halfway. 11. 13. 15. 5 more. 17. Last two. Shake it out, good job. Grab a little bit of water, rest. We got 15 minutes to stretch it all out. Okay, let's just start with some easy stuff. So we're standing up, shoulders down and back, cores in, breathe in. Exhale with your ear to one shoulder, stretching out your neck. Keep it there with your breath. Breathe into center. Exhale to the side. Breathe in, back to center. One arm's going to come out, thumb down, reach in behind the elbow, breathe in. Keeping the shoulders square. Exhale, bring it across. Other side, thumb down, breathe in. Exhale, bring it across. One arm straight up, breathe in. Exhale, reach down your back, chin up to breathe. Other side. Exhale, reach. Open that stance. We're going to start with a back stretch. Turn, I'll go back so you can see my feet. Turn one foot the way you're going to lean. Bend the leg that way. Post up on the bent leg. Other arm comes here. Breathe in. Stomach in. Exhale. Reach and lean. Turn both feet forward, and then the other side, turn it laterally, bend the leg that way, post up here, tight core, breathe in, exhale, reach and lean with your breath. Same thing, other side. Come out. Okay, now we got a nice wide stance. Leaning to one side, both feet forward. We're focusing on the inside of the leg. Shift to the other side, same thing. Okay, carefully find the ground, keep it a neutral spine. Let's go to a sitting position. Okay, we're going to start with the feet together. And pull the feet in towards the hips. Sit up tall, weave your fingers like a basket underneath your feet. Breathe in, sit tall. Exhale, lower the knees. Okay, straight leg, other one up against, square up, breathe in, exhale as we hinge forward. Coming out, other side. Square it up, breathe in. Exhale, hinge. Good. Line to one side. Grab the top foot, line up the knees, breathe in. Exhale, pull back on the foot and extend the hips. Come out. We're going to shift this to the other side. Breathe in. Align the knees. Exhale, pull back. Extend the hips. Okay, carefully come out. Lying back, cross over the knee. Okay, we're going to go in that space on the lateral side, clasp hands, and either in front of the shin or behind the hamstring. Breathe in. Exhaling as you pull it in, lower the hips toward the mat. Okay, other side, same thing. Set up, breathe in, exhale, other side. Coming out of that. So we did the front, back, inside, outside of the leg. Let's do a little bit for the calves. So placing the hands in the front of the mat, open fingers, go into a high plank. Feet open about 30 centimeters. That's our distance for our downward dog. Breathe in. Exhale, shift the hips back. Sinking the heels towards the ground. Chest hangs towards the mat, gaze between the feet. As you get the shoulders, chest, and calves here all at once. Let's go to the knees now. And put the knees together. This is going to stretch our lower back just a little bit. Breathe in. Exhale as you push through the palms, hips sink towards the heels. Now we're in a narrow-kneed child's pose. Chin slightly tucked. Coming up a bit to neutral. Come and go over 30 degrees. Breathe in. Exhale as we lean into this. Getting your lats a little bit extra at the shoulder. Same thing, let's come up and over 30 degrees, other side, breathe in. Exhale, under control, same thing. Okay, that's pretty good. You got a few extra minutes to do your own thing or hit the shower. That was one take on a full body strength theme here with calisthenics and minimal equipment. It's also Monday, but don't wait for Friday afternoon to start enjoying your week. Again, my name's Josh. See you next time, and let's get into the rest of the day.